Endpoint and Reason Gaming here in Inferno. We just saw Endpoint at least come back from a devastating 16-1 loss over on the first map to actually a pretty good scoreline, taking away Overpass.
They won? Yeah. They're only aiming for 2 rounds, so
yeah, according to
now
Jets.
they're aiming, or maybe they're aiming for 2 maps, and he was just like, it was a trick. It was all an elaborate ruse. But yeah, we're going on to Inferno. I'm expecting this to be T-sided.
Yeah.
Just because we've seen a lot of teams going that way anyway, and to be honest, I've not seen a whole lot from these CT sides that I've been too impressed by. I think on the first map, Mirage, it's a little bit more basic. A lot of it was just bit challenging mid in a defensive way that worked out wonderfully for them. This map, well, the other thing as well is if you look at Endpoint, the big thing, the massive thing that was dragging them through is the AWP, and a lot of the time T's can quite easily avoid that, especially on this map. So it really is anyone's game. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see whether or not Reason or Rhyme are going to be the ones to take this over the line, and well, starting off with a knife.
Indeed we are. Fairly important coming into this one, although I agree this will be T-sided. Both teams are going to want to start on the CT side in theory, so we'll see how that one goes. Jumping into this one, knife fight will begin, and it is going to be Reason to take it. So CT side coming in from them, we can imagine. Yep, they stick. And, well, going into this one, it's going to be interesting. The winner of this is going to be up against CEX in the grand final for the UK qualifier. Bracket has been interesting to follow so far, and still shocked to not see Method up here, but Reason obviously have proven why they took them away, at least over in that best of 3 that we saw or didn't see last night, after proving their dominance up against Endpoint earlier on today. But can they continue it? Can they close it, Tom?
Well, looks like we're about to find out. Utility invested onto Imi. Everybody else in the server has themselves some Kevlar. Aggression down Banana. Straight peek out from Karma. He's going to get absolutely dominated by Mighty Max. The rest of the team going to continue to push forward. 2 players waiting over on the site. Initial stack was over towards this B side of the map, but now there's only Hoodlum left in the back lines, and Imi is going to take his head clean off. So, 4v2. Bomb going to be planted. Both players coming in from CT, and Imi's going to be able to clear this portion of the map very, very quickly. And this retake, wow, this is going to be difficult.
Yeah, 2 players left for this one. They're making a lot of footsteps. Endpoint, they know exactly what's going to be up. As the P comes out from Coffins, they start to chase down Pickles. He's not going to fight. This is so clever, not even taking the engagement, forcing these CTs to move out into the open. Eventually will peak, but it won't matter too much. This round is already over. It's just what damage can be done to the armoured players. Apparently a little bit more by Maze, but he will fall. And talking of Maze, Tom, it seems like Reason have actually brought in their official 5th finally for the 3rd map of the series. Cinder has been standing in, and I'm surprised to see them actually commit with bringing Maze back in after Cinder has done very, very well earlier on today. He 2nd place in the first map at least, was dragging them along with Tom, and then going into the 2nd map, he was a little bit more quiet, but so was everyone on Reason. It wasn't a huge loud performance from anyone. So their actual 5th is back, but it's you could argue it's not exactly an upgrade to some extent, just off the way that Cinder was playing earlier.
It should help their comms and their tactics a little bit more, having a player back. We just got to hope he plays amazing. Either way, T's investing into straight SMGs pretty much. They've got no rifles on the board whatsoever. If anything, you could say that the pistols up close are going to be able to do more damage, and with already a 4th player rotating it over towards this B site, you have to worry a little bit for these T players as they look to push in. A couple of players waiting for rotations, but if the bomb goes down, it's going to be a big problem.
First one spotted. Nice shot there from Karma. Does take down Imi. This is going to start to look a little more difficult, but instantly Endpoint realise what's going on. They back off, and so do Reason, fully rotating back towards A site through the CT spawn. Endpoint going to make their way fast up towards mid, and they'll be the ones there first. Maze has to go big. Coming back into Reason, trying to prove exactly why they picked him up for this round, or this map at least, as Maze looks to fight. There's the first bomb dropped. That's important. That will delay them with this push. And he gets himself a 2nd, or at least tries to. Karma steals a kill away, but it's a round that they're trying to pick up. Pickles and Cryptics, last 2 left standing, and Cryptics only gets 1 before he falls, leaving just Pickles with 6 points of health. It seems that Reason may have actually picked up this round, and Karma will close it. Maze stopping that bomb was very important, and Reason actually going to pick up that pistol.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of full SMG buys, and there you go. Didn't work out whatsoever. Very, very risky in terms of your force buy, especially when the pistols are so powerful. I'm a little bit confused as to why you don't have that extra ranged weapon to play with. Either way, they are going to invest back in. Thomas looking for the shot with the scout down middle. Spots a few players crossing, but other than that, nothing really benefited, and even looked tempted to go rotating, but they've got 3 players over towards this B site, still playing a sort of heavy presence over towards that side of the map. And the T's are actually looking like they're about to push directly into it.
Hoodlum on the boost. Good position from him. He's got Karma as well supporting, so he can just fall back and let Karma do the dirty work if need be. He will spot Imi there. Tries to go for the fight, but Imi actually lands a 1D. And oh, Imi! 2 quick kills! Great entries into the site. Despite getting sprayed away by that SMG, he's still going to get the damage done. And the bomb being planted now for Endpoint as they fall back into the post plant. It's a 4-on-3. This is bad. And Reason left with a scout as well for the retake. Not exactly a prime gun for the job. Nade might be able to find Imi, but he just gets away astray of it. Throwing in the Molotov to delay the push back into the site, and with only a single kit on the side of Reason, he's got to hurry up.
Yeah, no utility left either. This is just looking impossible, and I think they may agree. They're just going to fall away, hold on to the weapons, not hand too much over, but the one M4 that they actually have will be given to Imi. T-side just looking to hold on to their weaponry as well, just making sure that nobody can get a sneaky little defuse in the meantime. But great round from Endpoint. Break straight back. The B site hold definitely looking weak at the moment from the CT side, and they need to rectify it, and quickly.
Yeah, pistol round back off the back of a pistol round, and obviously with that save, Reason can reinvest. They decide not to, though, and that's something I'm quite surprised at. Of course, Endpoint actually do save quite a few rifles, so they can fully commit to a buy here properly, but the money's still low for both teams, so I wouldn't be surprised if Reason did force up here. They instead go for the safe route, don't want to play any economy games, allow them just to pick up the round, and then just, later go for the real buy. They don't want to, throw away any more than they have to. Mighty Max shuts down Hoodlum early on in Banana. Endpoint definitely with a strong buy here, so if Reason did force round these 3 rifles, probably wouldn't go too far anyway.
Yeah, decent start. Thomas with the scout. Zeus actually in onto Karma as well, so doesn't have much reward chance, but could at least do damage to his opponents. He's actually just going to be looking to try and hold the close angle over towards the A site itself. Only 2 players there. One is Maze with the 1 rifle that they currently have, but actually with Arch side control, there may be a temptation to go to B. Instead, they're just going to wrap completely. Karma tries to go for the Zeus kill, achieves absolutely nothing. And Maze will get 1, but it's quickly traded out. Remaining CT players, again, may just have to think about saving their weaponry into the next round, as they are likely to have a buy of sorts. Although it's only actually going to be 1900 added in, and I wonder whether or not it's actually worth investing in the next round situation.
I feel like they were just saving for this, so they must be planning on, surely, right? Because they didn't invest anything in this round. But I do agree, the money doesn't really make sense. Be interested to see what they do. They should, in theory, half buy, but, they could buy pistols and armor around these 2 saved weapons and then go for the buy next round. That would be the ideal buy for me, because they want to pull in that AWP. Endpoint won't be too far ahead, only 3-4 rounds up after an eco. So, maybe they will eco this one, but with 2 weapons saved, they could just throw them over and go for a rifle buy. Yeah, pistols though, armor, as I would have hoped. Play for that AWP, maybe even the double AWP. Throw that in there. We've seen the AWP in potential on the side of Reason. Thomas and Karma both been picking them up today, so there's always a chance. And a bit of an aggression with the Deagle, the Molly going to go down. Hoodlum pushes with it. They don't even realise he's down behind enemy lines, but Imi flicks back round, takes him down. And Endpoint, they secure the man advantage once again.
Yeah, playing a bit of a stack at the moment with only 1 player over towards B, and the problem with the aggression that's come out from Hoodlum is they're actually much more likely to push in that direction now after finding the first pick. Still going to be a hold coming out from Pickles. 2 players are tagged, so there's a chance, especially with that dig at the back of the site, that maybe could take 1 or 2. Even a chest shot will probably do enough damage to actually give a kill or 2. Thomas also looking to try and hold on to the cross, although Likelihood is it's going to be smoked out before anything can really be done. Peek out. Karma going to lose an awful lot, but there is Thomas, Mr. Scout, finding himself the first.
Karma mollied out in this position as well, with the smoke down towards CT, as well as Coffins. Thomas and his team are cornered out. Maze can't get a thing done from this position. He's trying to find his way onto Jess, but Thomas is going to be the one going for the aggressive peek. Baits it, spots it. It's still going to be pulled. Mace goes for the fight. Thomas peeking with him and does actually manage to trade, so that's important, but still, it's not a round they're going to win. 1v3 now left on as Thomas attempts to pick up the gun. Will find himself the M4, but again, him getting out of this situation alive, they're probably not going to let him. Mighty Max is already challenging the smoke, about to dissipate, spraying on through it. All good movement, and he just gets away in the nick of time.
Yeah, dancing feet. We seem to have a lot in common. But Thomas is just going to fade out. Hold on to the M4. Has a kit as well. Load of extra money. Could drop that over to a teammate and buy an AWP, or just opt to go for flat rifles in the next. It's been a few saves in a row. It does mean that the T's have been able to build up quite a bit of cash themselves. And as said, I'm expecting to see higher numbers on the T side from both of these teams. So now we have to see some sort of change. Now already Karma is actually going to pick up an AWP. As said, Thomas could have gone for one of his own, but has decided against it in this sort of situation. But now at least Reason do have themselves a buy.
Aggressive banana control taken early on here. Karma just going to fall on back. Good decision to make. With the amount of presence there, it would be risky to commit to the fight. With Hoodlum still on the side to support him, at least he can fall back in a place where they can play as a duo. Smoke down, counter smoke deployed, and Karma, he's still got an angle around that. If he pushes in through this, he could easily see, but instead backs off towards the edge of the site. Gonna finally spot out Imi Cross. He's got the info, he gets it blind. His teammate falls, but he needs more support. Only the tag, but look at the molly damage. Mighty Max and Pickles both tagged down so heavily. Reason in for the retake, but in for a shot.
Yeah, the amount of damage done is going to help them quite significantly, but I think they're just hoping, praying they can find something through that smoke. Waiting for it to fade so they can at least play as a team. AK picked up, allows for a little bit of extra damage. Nade onto Thomas almost takes him out of the round. And Mighty Max in a little bit of a crossfire. Molotov even going to buy more time. And the CT side, once again, they're just going to have to save their weaponry now with the amount of loss bonus behind them, and Thomas having quite a bit of extra cash. They should be able to buy up into the next round anyway, especially if they keep 3 rifles. T-side, not going to have much of a problem. They do actually lose, I think that's 2 players to the bomb, so that's something at least. A bit of extra damage, but once again, plenty of cash.
I mean, you called it yourself, Tom. You did say this map was going to be T-sided. It's definitely proven to be the case so far. Only the pistol... Oh, sorry, second round for Reason. The force buy with the pistols, of course, have been picked up by the CT side. Everything else has been Endpoint game today. And if it's 2 T-sided, we won't see Reason on that other half. So we need to see them get themselves on the board sooner rather than later. AWP back in the hands of Thomas as it was earlier on in the first map. Endpoint establishing this default, waiting for aggression. This time they're not taking any early control. They want to see exactly what Reason are going to show. If we see some CT pushing, we see some AWP madness. But they've just gone for a triple B setup. They'll force Cray back towards the A site to join in Mace. As Endpoint, they walk up Banana. They could be walking into a trap.
A lot of risky gambles in terms of this B site. There was a moment there where the CT side had 4 players over towards this B site. They've now switched it up to have 2 over towards A, but the rotations will be quite long. Late push coming out from the CT side. This is interesting. It's actually going to trade back evenly, and in the meantime, there is a push coming in over towards that A site. Now, the bomb needs to fall back. Mighty Max can't take this challenge. If he loses his life, which is not too far off, bomb would be isolated. But look at the wrap. Imi. He's going to be able to get through Archside. This is the huge weakness that has come out from the setup that Reason are currently throwing in. They have made it so that the T's can get past pretty much everyone. Ooh. I think Hoodlum was aware of it, but he was so low on HP, there was absolutely nothing he could do. Rotation will come in from behind, but already Thomas has found one. Goes for the no-scope. Audacious, but doesn't work. And we're back to a 2v2.
Thomas could have played that way better. He could have gone for that scope there, hold the back line, but instead it's Cray to push up. Just as the bomb goes down, he takes a kill. A second too late, but he still gets a kill, and that's what's important. As Imi posts up towards CT, who's been doing very well with the AWP, and he will land that first shot. Moving back in for a little bit more. There's the tag, not the kill. Cray unable to hit the shot, either of them. Imi so low. He's got a flashbang to work with, the last of all. As he peeks out, he will blind himself. Classic Imi gets taken down, and Cray will take him with a pistol, securing the second for Reason.
Just about making things work, and a lot of damage done in the previous round means that still the T's aren't going to have, well, an overhaul of cash. They'll perfectly have a buy in this round with no problems, but it's the next round where things could get a little bit more interesting. The trouble is, CT side losing 4 players in the last round themselves are pretty much back on the brink, so big round, especially for Reason over on the CT side. Thomas going to go for the aggressive peek with the AWP, spots nothing out, but still trying to find himself the early pick. Goes for a little bit of a timing shot as well, but the smoke's not going to allow him any vision whatsoever.
They fall back off of that B control early on, move Thomas back towards A with the support of Mace as well. Pickles looking to make something happen in through the boiler, starts to push down. This Cray on the other side, but he'll actually fall back towards the site. This is really passive here. Sorry, they've actually shifted him back towards long. As a result, they've moved Thomas down through B, and this is the wrong call to make. They're doing this off almost no information. Just Mighty Max trying to spray in through the smoke. So right now, Mighty Max is just trying to create distraction, and he's done very well. Because Reason have completely fallen for it. Hook, line and sinker. Nice tag through the smoke, but it doesn't matter. The main push is coming out through the A side of the map. As you can see, Imi starting to round his way up through long. Cray is just holding close. It's just a game of timing. Who's going to shoot first? And Imi crouches the bullet. Dink comes through. Mace looking for more, and he will trade, but now they know where he is. As he falls back into the relative safety of the site, they will overwhelm him, but it's not going to be enough as he picks up 2 kills. Trade eventually found, but it's a 2-on-2. As York posted for Thomas, will spot Jesp crossing, but the bomb's still going down.
Yeah, Jesp delaying the plant just a second or two, so it gives his teammate a chance to actually rotate in. Mighty Max should know that there's nobody coming in from his angle at least. Hoodlum makes his way round Arch side, both players looking to work off of each other. Mighty Max low on HP, but he has a very good position for this after plant. Spots out the first, looking for the second as well. Thomas just running and gunning, still manages one. You have to remember how low Max is, but it doesn't matter. He'll clean things up. They break back almost instantly, and once again, CT side have got money problems. Pause will be called, and rightly so. Hey, they added the A this time.
It's not TC. Tactical, technical, who knows?
Or TLC.
Bit 10 11 care. I think Endpoint needed that after the first map.
Well, yeah, they also, it's a group and they sing the song Scrubs, which seems quite appropriate.
Yeah, very apt. Although not coming into this one. To save. 6-2. Decided as ever, the reset going to really hurt Reason. Obviously calling said pause. To be honest, looking at this one, I'm not too sure how Reason are going to be faring up into this first half. Endpoint have already got themselves 6, a guaranteed 8 pretty much, with the ecos coming in. Because Reason, I imagine they force this one, they eco next and then they buy, but if they eco this and then buy next, it's not going to be good enough really. It's not going to be enough to play for. No AWP at all. So yeah, they force, as you would expect. They actually get an M4 behind it as well. Thomas has a little more cash to fall back on with that armor. But even so, going into this round, it's another, I imagine, whitewash victory for Endpoint. And then 8-2 before we eventually see a buy. And even then, if Reason don't win that, it's suddenly double digits.
Yeah, this is also a big chance for Endpoint to actually make some money, because their money is in the gutter at the moment. Even just 2 or 3 kills here would be nice for Reason. But at the same time, if they do win this round, then they're going to be the ones who are likely to get themselves a streak. Mighty Max, 2,400 left in the bank. Only one player, of course, surviving in the last round, so they're taking quite a bit of a hit themselves. CT side actually, again, they're going to gamble over towards this B side, leave the A side fairly open. Imi already there to start, but that's a lovely shot from Karma. Takes the head off one and evens up the scoreline. And when you remember, they only have a rifle, or one rifle. If that keeps getting juggled around, slowly reducing the amount of players on Endpoint, it becomes more and more valuable by the second.
Pre-rotation from Reason, moving Hoodlum back towards that A site with the M4. And that's going to be the right call to make, although he doubles back. I'm not too sure on the decision here. They've got no information. He's stuck in between the freeway and between sites as Karma finds nothing on Banana, so he should be committing towards A as they push on up. They don't check the close corner, and Cray, he sprays away for 2. Makes as well. Reason pick up the round out of absolutely nothing and nowhere. 3-6.
Power of the pistols comes out once again. It seems to be a theme within this game, and actually T-side are going to force themselves, so quite a risky buy. Probably wouldn't have had too much better going into the next, but they could have had rifles on pretty much every single player, so we'll see soon if this is actually going to be worth it. Decent utility for the CT side as well. They can slow this push. A lot of damage done already onto Hoodlum, but it's actually the rifleman to go down first for the T side, and retrieving this could be quite difficult.
Very close to trading the smoke there, but it's Pickles get sprayed. It's just unfortunate for the T. Smoke shots left and right. 3 more remain. 2 of them in Banana, 1 of them wrapping. Imi has found his way, but he's made his presence known. Noise has been heard. He's trying to catch rotations here on long. They know he's here, or they know the potential of him being here. Cray's holding the angle, and Imi won't be able to get him. Will be the round going to Reason Gaming. Once again, they keep everyone alive. Very important. The money's been topsy-turvy for the past 3 or 4 rounds, and it's going to start to stable out. As Endpoint themselves, their money is gone. Forced by yielding nothing. And an eco coming out here.
Yeah, that forced buy round from Reason a couple ago was so valuable. The fact they managed to win that has put them straight back into this game. As I said, I'm expecting a T-sided half, so whether Reason can get themselves sort of 7 or 8 rounds, I feel like they should be pretty content with that. T-side with so little in this round that you can't really expect anything. 1p 250. In fact, I probably would have rather they just invested that into a smoke and try for a plant on the A site. Throw it in and hope. But already, Hoodlum, he's going to try and crush their hope, but he will in fact go down. $300 paid for. The return on investment is clear. And actually, Imi with the Glock is going to get himself 1. There should be no way he gets anything more in this situation. 2 rifles, however, have been picked up. He's actually going to hit the dink as well, leaving at least 1 player low. And the bomb goes down. This is a massively successful round for the T side. They achieved so much with so little. $300, 2 kills, and a bomb plant? Yeah, perfect.
Incredible. Surprised they get so much done with that, you know, that kit that they have behind them, or lack thereof. It's going to allow them to pull up the AWP on Imi, who's been doing so well this matchup. Look at his score, 13-8. He is single-handedly, him and Mighty Max basically are the reason they actually have any rounds on the board. Every round that they've won has pretty much been down to individual prowess from one of these 2 players, and it's been working out phenomenally. Looking to continue that again, will be Imi. What a shot. Just not like how Imi usually performs. I'm very, very impressed. Does take the man advantage in the favour of Endpoint. You wouldn't exactly expect the caller to be able to open up rounds left and right like he has been doing so far.
Yeah, a lot of damage, however, was done in that initial engagement, so they're definitely not out of the woods as of yet. Going to look to try and challenge over towards middle. They've got to be careful because of the position of Mace. Just going to be waiting over towards the apps. Of course, the T's with the advantage can just look to play very patiently, and Pickles just goes and takes 2. Both players over towards the A side of the map go down. Endpoint again, once they get their buy, just going to look to return straight away. With the amount of damage already done in the previous round, the buy is going to be a little bit more difficult. Luckily, Thomas still has quite a bit of cash, and if the remaining 2 players can just hold on to their weapons, they'll be absolutely fine.
This is still unstable. You know, the other 2 matches we've seen consistent round wins across the board for both teams, but this time doesn't seem to be the same case. Back and forth economy game is really taking a hit on both teams here. So, we will just be waiting. No one hunting for Endpoint. The money not built up enough to allow that. The emotions of Reason right now displayed in spray form, thanks to Pickles. 7 rounds on this T side. Very, very strong Inferno start. If this continues in the same way for the last couple of the half, Endpoint could be running away with this matchup.
I will be in double up setup for the CT side. Thomas just having a little bit of a look around. T side again. They're going to look for this initial pick down towards middle. That's been something that has been benefiting them quite a lot, is the aggression that's come out from the CT side, allowing them to find the first couple of kills in these rounds. And we saw a sort of domino effect in the last, where one player goes down, instantly there's an attempt at a response as they try and push back in. Instead, this situation not going to be the case, but Imi, he doesn't need somebody to peek. He takes the head straight of Karma through the wall. He's not going to be peeking anywhere near that angle ever again. Still double up setup, rotation coming from Thomas, but again it leaves this position over towards the A site fairly vulnerable. It doesn't seem like the T's care for that. They're going to go pushing towards B.
Thomas, good defense. There's Imi. There's the refrag as well. The trade into the original AWPing pick as Endpoint looked to burst out onto this site. Thomas still smoked off, but Hoodlum doing damage in the site. AWP working out across the board as Thomas runs in through with the pistol. He will be traded after 1, and Pickles pushed up still with Jesp. Unable to find more, but Hoodlum going down on the site. Great shot from Pickles. There's still 2 on either side. Smoke is going to be going down once again. CT, that will hold back off these remaining 2 Reason Gaming players. But Jesp boosted up. Mace will spot it. That's key. Now it's all on Pickles. Bomb's going to need to be planted. 10 seconds remaining. He'll commit to it. This makes a lot of sense. The smoke is still down. Take advantage while you can. And as it ends, they're going to start to push in.
Pickles looking to try his best to hold on.
Oh,
Sprays
no.
1. He does a lot of damage and gets the second as well. No redemption for Reason. Their money now takes the hit that we were worried about. And if they force this round, well, I'm expecting Endpoint to hit 10.
Imi, again, he's relentless with this. Opening up the round for his team, going to be able to drop the AWP straight away. Cray does pick it up in return, but it's not exactly any kind of return, as Reason have already lost that man advantage. Make it 2 as Imi. He is not stopping without AWP. Poked up for more. Not going to be able to find it, but does spot Karma and even takes the head off with the Tech 9. This guy just doesn't care anymore. Cray running through the smoke is going to be fully flashed off, so has to move on back. Tagged up in the process as well. And Imi, he's hunting for the ace. There's the 4th. Great stuff with the AWP. It's all onto Mace stuck in the spawn. Imi is giving it today. And Mace is going to have to run for the hills as Imi almost gets himself 20 kills.
Yeah, double anyone else on his team, so very impressive and especially surprising considering it's on the T side of Inferno. Not renowned for its AWPing at all. In fact, I would say probably the least AWP-friendly side of any map.
Cobble.
I don't know. I feel like they're about on par. I'm not really, normally it's just used as a counter on either side of the map, but he's been very impressive, and a lot of the time I feel like it is over-peaking from this CT side. I'd like to see what would happen if they just sat back and waited for Team Endpoint to execute. Although that's a risky strategy to take. If these peaks aren't working, stop doing it.
It's fine, I'll get him next time. This is not turning out to be the half that Reason wanted at all, especially not after that first map going their way. But Endpoint come back with a vengeance. Imi tagging down again in Banana. Karma gets hit. And Tom, he's peeking. I can only question why. Imi on the other side. As that molly ends, he's going to be able to take the fight. There's a kill. Big surprise there. It's not like Imi's had any trouble doing that the entire game. Look at the scoreboard, ladies and gentlemen. Double anyone else in the server aside from Maze. Dear, oh dear. Now up towards A they go. Great. He is going to be playing close. He's going to be able to spot them coming around the corner. Jesper gets dropped. Mighty Max trades though. And a 1-for-1 is good with the man advantage. Still more for Hoodlum. Gets himself a bite of the action, but doesn't get to chew as Imi gets away with 50 HP. Hoodlum will have to fall back to a more passive position and allow Thomas to maybe take the aggression, but he can't be too overconfident because Cryptix is down the bottom of Bernardo holding on to it. That flash should land perfectly. Thomas should not be pushing after that. That should be holding him back. The rest of Endpoint running up towards A. While Mace does get one, he's been good at this balcony position. He's still up against 3 more. Plenty of utility left for Endpoint and plenty of time. And just due to that, they're going to fall back towards B.
And they've actually managed far more than would have expected. Only 25 seconds left on the clock, so Thomas is going to just fall back. Although they are going to be pushing. He has all the information, needs to find this kill. Actually gets one, but it will just be a quick trade. Bomb comfortably going to be planted over towards that B site. Now the rotation's coming in, but the range is just so much in the favor of these Ts at the moment already. Mighty Max with the boost finds one and the spray away. You have to say that with the old that probably would have been a kill. Instead, it gives a 10-5 half. Strong half for Endpoint. But as said, I'm expecting that. So I think Reason can still bring this back.
I don't, to be honest. Not after this performance. I think even regardless of the underperformance on the side of Endpoint, from Cryptix for example, it's not going to hold them back enough. Imi has been on fire. Mighty Max has been hitting his shots too. But let's see. I mean, that's the best way of finding out, right? Moving over to the second half. Reason. Pistols in. Utility on Hoodlum as well. Everyone else on the CT side, they've just fully brought up armor. Into mid they go. Imi trying to take some aggression. Nice shot there. Quick before the smoke blooms. Grabs one. Trade attempted and succeeded. Karma will land the headshot onto Jasper's. Reason starts to round the corner, wrapping back down towards B. Mighty Max may be caught out in the CT spawn, but he hears the push coming from behind. Turns back around. They will check the corner. Thomas trying to go for the kill, but Max does strike. One for him. Mace trades. And now still with Cray holding rotations on the A site. The rest of them can easily fork their way into B.
However, that could be the expected outcome. Now, they've got plenty of time. Ts don't really have to make their move at least for a second, but that's going to be easy for Imi. Peek out, not going to really gain anything, and they're still going to go pushing. Maze will be able to find one. Looks for the second as well. Imi going to be left alone over towards the site. Won't be able to do anything. Just going to wait for his teammate. They don't have a kit. So they're just going to have to try and play this one as a team and quickly retake the site.
The top and bottom fragger of Endpoint pushing in together. Maze spotted. Maze lands the shot and he doubles down as well. 4 kills for the man himself. We were questioning why drop Cinder if he's been doing so well, but I can see why. As Maze single-handedly brings back the 1 round they needed to make this second half a possibility, a comeback, a reality for Reason. Triple UMP, double AK, and Endpoint on the pistols, as you would expect. Jesper's only stuck on a ESP though. He wants to go for a smoke over a PT50. Questionable, but maybe they've got something based around it, considering they do have 3 smokes into this. Rotational smokes down towards B, I can only assume. Either way, Reason are poised very well for the second half. Great chance to get back into this matchup. As you said, you predicted that they could probably come back and win this one, and after that pistol round, maybe my hopes and dreams have been restored.
Sorry. Where's that chair you were sitting on gone? It looks more like a fence.
It's terrible. That's not even funny.
T-side. Still just split across the map at the moment. Waiting patiently. Peek going to be coming out from Thomas, although can't really spot anything as of yet. There are 3 players over towards this A site. Smoke going to be going down, but they've fallen back to the site itself. Want to play the close range angles with the pistol. It's going to be out though. Jesp already tagged down to just 16 HP. The utility going to be expended, and Thomas will get himself the entry. Help from Hoodlum as well. And although he does get traded out, 2 players remaining. Probably just want to save the pistols they have, at least have some hope in the next round, especially considering they're the B site players. So if they could just hold in some angles in the next round, there is a chance that maybe there's some magic left. But yeah, Reason converting these pistol rounds should definitely help them out in terms of having a chance to pull this one back. Of course, both teams now winning their T-side pistol. But the string of rounds that we saw at the beginning is unlikely unless for some reason we see Endpoint actually force buy into this next one, which would be peculiar.
Peculiar and unlikely at this point. Especially with holding onto these pistols. They're going to reforce them, they may as well not, save onto these guns, so... Another eco coming in for the CT side before Reason eventually start to face the full front. That is Endpoint with the guns. But again, this map has been T-sided through and through, and looking to continue that factor as well. Rounding up on the 3rd in a row for Reason. We have no investment from the CTs. USPs are stuck on the remaining players. Fast up towards mid from Reason, no control towards B, and this is actually a perfect read as well. They just charge into Pickles. He is alone. All the rotations come in through the banana at least, but if anyone checks A, they're going to know, instantly, okay, watch our backs, watch our mid, watch our CT. They're going to be coming for us as a group, and the bomb will be going down, but they can hear the footsteps as the CT start to charge on in. Karma will plant, but here comes a wraparound. Plenty of players to deal with. One will come in for Cryptics, but no more than that should be made available. Jesp only has a USP, Cryptis is caught in the apps, and they know exactly where he is.
Should just be trying to hold on for an exit kill here. Cryptics with armor as well, so if he can keep that into the next round, that could be a nice little bonus in terms of his utility, which really wouldn't be that much of a loss in this situation. I feel like a gained weapon would be perfect, but unlikely. Not many players would be pushing through apps. So actually... you are going to see Hoodlum going in that direction. Of course, he's not holding a weapon. And Cryptics will in fact die to the bomb.
Unfortunate, but doesn't really matter too much. I can still afford to buy up. Rifles across the board. 1 P90, Tom. I know you love. And 1 UMP
Guess you didn't
on
hear what I
Mighty
said
Max.
in the last round.
Yeah, I know, I'm being sarcastic. I'm very aware. And up towards Banana, Karma will go. Support as well from Hoodlum. But Endpoint playing this one very passively on that B site. They've got both Cryptics and Mighty Max playing almost a crossfire. But they aren't going to be fighting at all. There's no reason for Mighty Max to peek there with the UMP. Instead, Reason put their pressure up towards middle and A. Working their way up through long. Nice flick background from Mace. Does take the first kill, but a return frag from Jesperly spraying away. What was that run through smoke? Thomas attempting to trade goes down. I have no idea how that makes sense, but now that puts Reason in a really uncomfortable spot. They were doing great at pulling this one back, but they go into their first buy, and we see a really weird play. At least they've taken B control, but Cryptics is still in the wings. One for him. Smoke comes down, so we can't even trade. And now we're in a 2v4 with Mace extremely tagged.
P90. We'll be able to get one. Rotation coming in of the bomb as well, which should be possible. It's not really going to be able to do too much in this situation. And actually, Cryptics is very well placed to attempt to deny this. Peeks out. Very low HP of Maze as well. Will just leave Hoodlum left, and he's going to get decimated. Round on the board for Endpoint. They've managed to at least win that initial buy. But the T's will have enough money to actually buy themselves back in the next round. So, still the chance for Reason to break them back.
That P90 could have been dangerous. He could have almost taken down Cryptics and Jest there. And if so, 1v1, swap out to a rifle, boom, it's under question again. But Endpoint do it. That being said, that push from Thomas, I really don't understand. The attempted trade through smoke, he just runs on through. Of course, the player on the other side is going to be ready. So, a bit weird, but regardless, as you say, it doesn't matter too much in the sense they can rebuy. But Endpoint is still getting closer and closer to that victory in the third and final map of this semi-final. Max, maybe pushing up on Banana here. Flash goes in through. He doesn't commit with it. There's two players on the other side. Will be risky. Jesp spotted. Good spray, but actually doesn't convert the kill. Surprising that Jesp actually gets away with 30 points of health. And Hoodlum tagged up in the meantime in through Banana as well. This is not turning out to be a great round for either team. No one getting away with the kill. Everyone tagged up. No one's happy. Utility has been wasted, and so has time. That only favours the CTs as the bomb reconvenes back in through Banana. But the players don't.
CT side still have themselves a decent amount of utility, but the Ts are the ones pretty much still set. Full set of nades on Thomas and Maze. They're waiting over towards B. Now it's looking like they're going to attempt to split through Arch, which only has one player covering it at the moment. Now Imi should at least be able to get the information for his team, but he's going to peek straight into the angle. Actually, the timing works out for him, but he can't capitalize on it. And now the wraparound comes in. There's so much to do for Mighty Max. He's going to have to leave his initial position and look back towards this CT spawn. Waiting over towards the tree. It will be checked. He's only going to be able to get one. And now, well, good luck, Cryptics. 4 players pushing in on his position. He'll get the first. Gets the second as well. Already doing a lot of work for his team. Eventually gets traded, but he's done enough. He leaves his team with a man advantage as the bomb is now planted.
Jesp so close as well. It doesn't even matter. Imi's going to pick up the first kill. And now Jesp's going for the Molotov. Will be taken down by Karma, but he's forced out by the Molly. 1v2. Let's fight the first. Pickles going in, and he will land the shot. Endpoint pick it up. But that's just down to Mighty Max. His delay fight down on that B site helps Endpoint massively. Not only does it pull back the man advantage in their favour, but also it allows time for the rotations to come in through for the CT side. Delays that bomb plant, makes the whole round easier as a whole. And Reason, very unfortunate push onto that B site. Could have been great for them. But either way, player towards the back of site, saving it for Endpoint. 12-8. And Reason looking for another chance back into this round. Buy is good. But again, we've not really had too much AWP presence at all for this team on the T side in any of the maps. They've liked to stick with the rifles most of the time. But with the AWP pulled out from Imi, who's been doing very, very well in the first half, I can only imagine that they might need an AWP to counter.
Mighty Max has gone aggressive and found the first pick. He has support as well. Bomb will be retrieved as the T's now look to hit over towards that A site instead. In fact, all 4 players will gather up together. 3 here. No such gambles as we saw from Reason over towards this B site. At least yet. They could still go for them later on, but a crucial round. Both teams' economy in the gutter. Needing to get the win just to continue their buy streak. Boost. Attempted, but actually failed, so I'm going to try it again. Thomas attempt 2, and he fails again. He's just wasting so much time, and they probably will have heard all the noise that's been being made. Instead gives up. They've only got 35 seconds left to go for this execute. Not a whole lot of utility, but still a smoke. And still only 3 players, not over-rotated yet, but Thomas now making the push.
Oh, Pickles! Absolute dirt. Sprays down 3, 13 for Endpoint, and they all line up. Not much else you can ask for if you're Pickles there. They get completely whitewashed. And Endpoint, they pick up the rifle round. That's unfortunate as well. It's not like that was even anti-eco or anti-force buy for the side of Reason. They fully invested into that, and they got absolutely nothing done. Sneaking up towards A and getting mowed down. Now they're on pistols. This is where they want to get mowed down, if anything. It doesn't even matter if they lose this, but Endpoint is so close to closing out this map thanks to the last 2 rifle rounds being whitewashers. This is turning out to be a very scary map for Reason. It seems like it may just fall short of their hands.
Yet to really do anything with their buy rounds. CT side definitely looking stronger. Imi just waits patiently after repositioning. Hits himself 2 shots. Push. Going to be shut down completely. And they're just playing passive now. Karma almost gets 1. And Maze will look to at least convert this kill. and will be able to. That's at least a rifle into his hands. Doesn't have any armor. The fact is he could actually rotate over towards this B site. Instead, he actually gets another pick over towards A, making things a little bit more costly. Endpoint yet to really build up a whole lot of cash. The last round definitely helped them out with the whitewash, but maybe Maze can do something extra.
Got a good position, but other than that, it's not really too helpful. 35 points of health, no armor. Flash goes over, makes it to the site, but no further than that. Pickles will take him down. The man of the hour, aside from Imi, obviously. As Endpoint, 14-8. This is so close to a closeout here for the CT side. So close to be in the grand finals with CEX. The finals we could have expected coming into today after seeing the results of last night. But obviously it's been a little bit closer than we would have imagined coming into this matchup especially.
T-side slowing things right down once again. CT still don't have a huge amount of cash. If they win this round, there's still potential for them to bring things back, but at the moment it's really only the loss bonus keeping them afloat. T sat down. Bottom of Banana, and one thing that we've seen completely different is that Endpoint are more than happy to stay passive. And I think that's been the big difference. The T side have just sort of been running into a wall. Nobody peeking into them, not giving them that advantage early in the round, and because of that, they're forced to execute, and I think that's where they're much weaker. And now, well, Mighty Max, once again, passive, holding, finds the first. It is just going to be quick trades, and actually this time, they've managed to get both entries onto this B site, and the CTs, they have to question, is this worth going for? A 4v5, trying to retake B. If you save this round, you'll inevitably have a buy. Mighty Max with extra cash, same for Pickles. It's just not worth it.
No, hold on to the guns. Far more important than taking the risk, especially when Reason had the man advantage. If it was equal, maybe you could consider it. But retaking is so hard over on Inferno, especially that B site. So, guns will be saved, no chases will be had from Reason. So we're still on equal ground here, but the money is still able to this buy, as you say. So 9 for Reason. They lose a player to the bomb. Mace goes down. Not a huge issue. And rifles are still out for Reason. Again, the lack of AWP that we see on this T side. Will it come back to haunt them eventually, Tom? That's the question. If it hasn't already.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. I don't think it's particularly necessary over on the T side. And actually, this time, well, it won't matter either. Imi goes back to that aggression over towards Banana, and they're waiting for it. He misses the shot, and the first pick now does go the way of the T's. However, Cryptix, he can opt to. We'll be able to find one. Has support as well from Mighty Max, who sprays a couple more down. Leaving it in a 3v2. However, only one player over towards this B site. Rotation yet to come in. It's beginning from Jesp. And luckily they're not going to pounce onto the site. They've given a chance for this CT side to get a second player into position. But Cryptic's probably calling, okay, I've seen nothing since they've actually opted to throw in their smoke. The bomb going to be waiting patiently over towards the bottom of Banana in case the pincer is attempted. But instead, once again, they fall back to passive positions. The CT side just look to hold onto the sites. But there is still a chance if they go towards A, they'll have a 2v1 scenario.
Thing is, if you're going to go for that smoke flash, you may as well at least play off the back of it and go towards A faster. It took so long. They are finally going to make their way up, however, maybe just seconds off as this rotation from Jesp. It's just in the back lines. He can just hold the cross. He's there. He won't be able to get the kill, or he shouldn't at least, but neither will they. Information is all that matters, and there we go. No one gets a frag, but they get info on both sides. We know, now knowing there's only one player towards A, they spotted him. It has to be Pickles, and he will be sitting in the pit. One for him. Molotov pulls him out of position. He will go down, leaving just Hoodlum to clutch his one up. A 1v2. He's already found his first kill of the round. The Molotov will not be down in time. He can cross towards pit if he wants, and this could be a really strong position for the job. He can grab himself a kill and hide safe. Cryptic still has a molly though, so he needs to take him down soon. Because if not, he could easily be forced out of position as they start to move their way in through. Hoodlum biding his time. He needs to check the short angle because he's almost exposed here. Smoke will go down. There's Jesp. He's dead. Now Cryptic's the man with the molly. Can throw it on in. It will go through, but it's not going to matter because Hoodlum will hit the shot. Reason find the round. And 10 on the T side. This remains close as ever.
Yeah, CT side looking like they're not going to overly invest in this situation. They'll have enough to get a buy into the next and actually drop an AWP if they want to. Pickles with the extra cash to do just that. And now Karma even has an AWP of his own. I do think it's more of a question of who was picking it up in this situation, as either player, him or Thomas, have been happy to, on other maps at least. CT side in the meantime looking to stack A. Aggression from Jesp. Now that could be seen as almost a bit of an illusion from this CT side as they hope to sort of bait them in, but already sprayed out from Thomas. All three players over towards that A site are now gone. The one man in Mighty Max is left to just try and rotate in. Doesn't have anything to play with, just a P250, $300. Hoping to at least maybe get his return on investment. But I don't think that's going to be the case, and well, T side now actually going to be able to build up a bit of cash of their own. Well, almost, at least, flawless. Anti-eco. We'll see if they manage to.
There we go. Getting a bit worried. Max will be sneaking into that site, but nothing happens. So, round still solid for Reason. And realistically, Tom, honestly, without, you know, jumping around the point, not that you do you think this is realistic? Can Reason come back? Can Reason win this map, or even take it to OT? Or is this just, you know, how long will it take until Endpoint close it out?
Well, I think a lot of what's been going on in recent rounds shows how much of a factor IMI was over on their T side, and the fact that, well, at least in the last couple of rounds, he's either not had the AWP or has been picked off early. I think that's made a big difference. Like, he's 26 and 17. The next closest is Mighty Max, and then there's a bit of a fall off from there onwards. And on the CT side, you normally have to wait, sort of, for all of your players to have a bit more of a balanced performance. And although, again, there's a few more slackers on the Reason side, if they start to step up, if Thomas and Maze keep hitting their shots, then sure, it's possible. It's just that one round that breaks them. A lot of the time, hitting 15, it can break either side. Obviously, one team, the sort of sigh of relief scenario where they're like, we're there, and then they lose. Yeah. Or the complete opposite where Reason go, okay, they've hit that point now. Even if we win the next 4 rounds in a row, we're going to have to play even longer. So, we'll see. T side, they do have that AWP once again. Didn't really see too much of it in the last round because, of course, it was an eco. IMI actually going to go for this banana peek by the looks of things. Once again, he's tried this multiple times, but this time it will work, although it's only a trade. No heroics from him this time, luckily. Once again, Mighty Max, someone who's been excellent in this game, is there to get the second, and that's happened multiple times as well. However, normally the follow-up to this is that one of them will die.
Thomas looks to make that follow-up a reality. There it is. Mighty Max goes down. The support play only goes so far, and now we're into a 3-on-3, pushing up towards B. Cryptic's going to go big. One for him. Damage onto Thomas as well. He's done enough damage to make this round now over fairly in the favour of Endpoint. Although that push coming from the back lines from Pickles, he will not expect the AWP, and I'm not sure why. Gets taken down. 2 players now remaining here for Reason. 2 for Endpoint. 1 player left on A, and he's only just making his way back in. Jesp, he's been spotted, trying to escape, waiting for Cryptics to regroup. Before they commit towards a retake, it's going to be the bomb down. Thomas so low, but Karma, that's a peak Jesp should not have gone for. Oh no.
Yeah, both players actually going to fall to the AWP. Maybe it is the difference maker for either side at the moment, and you have to point out the difference between some of their earlier strategies and what they're throwing in here. We saw not too long ago where they, rather than over pushing when they had 2 players on the site, they had the player wait over towards A in the pit, not go for that aggressive push and challenge the players at the bottom of Banana. Instead, the push comes in this time and completely opens up the A site, and that's the difference maker in this scenario. So now, Team Endpoint back to pistols once again. Max tagged down to just 8 HP, and he's one of the armored players. Cryptic's Actually going to have to go aggressive. Does quite a bit of damage, but it's not enough. Both players will fall. Bomb plant, well, inevitable. On the CT side, probably just going to hold for some exits here. Hope they can do a little bit of extra damage.
This is definitely going to revitalize Reason, though. After a bit of a shaky first half, Endpoint were dominant. Reason pick up 3 from the pistol, but then start losing rounds. Only to see Endpoint now start to shake and Reason clawing their way back to a respectable scoreline. This has got to inspire a lot of confidence, and maybe the opposite side for Endpoint, where they start to get a bit nervous, a bit worried about what's happening. And if it carries on like this, this could be very, very favourable for Reason. This could actually help them, pull it over the finish line. But again, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We still got a buy here for Endpoint. That'll be coming up in the next round. Thomas spotted. There we go. Doesn't allow him to get away with anything. Jess goes down. Reason pick up 13. And now the buy again from Endpoint. This is the make or break. If they lose this, they might be losing the whole series.
Yeah, long fought series as well. Both teams having their more dominant maps and finishing off on a third, which is as close as ever. So a pretty fitting scenario. Although they did actually win each other's map picks, although as said, it's sort of the veto process that enables that to happen. A lot of damage done onto Hoodlum early on. We will get out of there alive. CT side with max loss bonus behind them at this point, so it's really the T's that could be in a worrying situation, although they have plenty more cash. So cash is king rather than what you're hoping for in the future. Basic business right there.
Economics 101 by Tom.
Yeah, Imi going to be waiting with the AWP. Boost comes out, but he expects it. Flicks onto Thomas, gives them the man advantage once again, something he's been so good at doing. Now they've left only one player over towards this B site, something that could be the undoing of them. Cryptix has a smoke, but if he doesn't throw it out in time, he could actually be just losing his life.
Here we go, though. Up towards B. Cryptix on the other side of the smoke. Mighty Max in proximity. Both of them ready to deal with this, but again, utility lackluster. Cryptix throws out a nade. That could be perfect. Oh, the damage. Hoodlum's down to 8. Let's see if they can perform. They need to get these entry kills because they're still down a man. 20 seconds remain. Mighty Max gets one before the trade, but Cryptix is buying time. He's waiting for the rotations. However, it doesn't matter. Karma with a dig. Headshot comes through, and now the bomb plant going down on the site as the rotations are made. Jess catches one through the smoke, but it is re-smoked. However, that doesn't seem to be stopping Endpoint for now, as Pickles is the last man to reconvene with the team as they make their way up towards B. 2 players on the site for Reason. Crossfire held, but they need to get a pick, and a man disadvantage, it is difficult. Karma, that's the pick we needed. One for him, a 2v2. Spots the second, but he misses a shot to Imi, and again, on fire with the AWP. It's all onto Mace, back at the site. Pickles moves in, he should spot him, a double peek, and he only gets one. Pickles will trade, and there's just enough time for the defuse as well. It will be Endpoint's round. 15 to 13.
Again, Imi making the difference, doubling down. A buy will be back up against them, and well, if the CT side lose this one, the likelihood is we're going to OT, so pretty much here and now is where they actually need to take this battle, win this round. It was 5 in a row just beforehand for Reason Gaming. Now they only need to string 2. They've got a 4-buy, AWP onto Karma, AKs, all the pistols, anything they want behind it. And early into this round at least, they are looking to take a little bit of control over towards that banana.
The annoying thing is for Endpoint, right, is they win that round, but still the money holds them back when it comes to M4's timing. Oh no. Imi. Takes down Thomas in mid, one of the key players here for Reason. So we are going to see them start to wrap round through short, but again, Imi is still there. He's repositioned back through long. He's still on the A site, alive and kicking. As Reason start to push on up, Pickles is going to be there over in the pit. Jesp supporting on the site as well. Pickles can just go for the straight up peek. Flash will come through. He's going to go for the fight. Mace takes a headshot though, and now that's actually unfortunate for Pickles. Mace doubles down. What's happening here? Imi needs to pull things back, and he will attempt to as the smoke comes in through, but he can still see fairly well. Hoodlum drops Cryptics. This is very bad for Endpoint. This is a reset over the edge. They've got 2 players remaining as Mighty Max trades out Hoodlum on B. They will be able to hold on to the guns. Bomb down for Reason. Round... Wait, what? No. No, not again. Not again. Karma has lost connection. A bomb dropped in mid. And Reason, I don't know if they have time for this one. They have to be fast. Craig gonna start to run. He moves in. And I'm not sure if Endpoint gave them that bomb fairly to be nice. If they did, that's very well, very gentleman of them. But now we're in a 2v2, pushing back up towards the site. Bomb is down for Reason. Endpoint trying to contest this one. Mighty Max and Imi, last 2 standing. As Maze hides in the graveyard, looking to find himself a third. Max is so low, and Hoodlum. Gray takes him down. Mace will finish it up. And Reason pick it up. I don't know about that round. Did they give the bomb back to him?
I think they just shot him in the face. I don't know if it was intentional or not. I don't know.
After they took the kill, it looked like Endpoint backed off down towards ramp to allow them to take the bomb. Or maybe it was a 2v1 down mid. They could have fought that. They should have fought that in theory. But I don't know. I'm not too sure. What a weird round though.
Either way, he's back. No problems. Overtime looking likely now as the CT side have nothing but pistols. Who's going to be coming in onto that B site. Spray goes away. Mighty Max able to get one. Actually gets the second and the third as well. Massive plays from him. Looking to finish this. God. And he gets 4. Absolute insanity. Max goes huge. And that is one way to finish the game. He tops the board in the end with Imi top fragging. But that is just madness. What a way to close things out. Leaving it to the very last. And the Pistols are king once again.